Hey everybody, and welcome back to Absolute Garbage Tabletop. Today we're going to be playing Way of the Samurai. This is a 1 to 2 player game where you play as a samurai and you're going to be taking on another samurai. There's a couple ways to play this game. There's a single player version, which is what I'm going to be playing right now. There is a campaign version. I'm not too sure on how to play the campaign version just yet, so once I learn that, I'll put up a video on how to play the campaign. And there's also a 2-player version where you can play with a friend, or sorry, against a friend, as you two fight in a duel to see who is the better samurai. Okay, so what we're going to want to do first is choose our enemy. There are a couple different enemies you can play against. I've already chosen to play against this guy, Takeshi, but there are different characters you can fight against. There's also they're double-sided, so you can play against different enemies. So anyways, yeah, we've already chosen Takeshi here. Takeshi starts off with 5 health and 5 ki. I'll explain about the ki in a little bit. But if he does reduce our ki to 0, he breaks our weapon instantly and we lose. So let's try not to let him do that. His ki here, his 5 ki, which are represented by these blue little tokens. And we have his health here, which is the red ones. We also have our own health here, which is 8 health. We always start off with 8 health. And we have 5 ki. I've chosen to actually play with the katana. Every weapon has a negative and positive effect. The katana doesn't have either, so I just kind of want to use it for simplicity's sake. But yeah, all these weapons are double-sided. Sorry, so you can, there's different weapons in the back. Except for this one, which I think has to do with the campaign as well, or maybe like a different variation. But yeah, all of these have abilities. So like this one here, its positive ability is if your technique, which is right here, if that's ever at level 4, you can ignore the counterattack of your opponent. And the negative is if your defense is at -1 or 2, you take a wound 1 card, which is here, and these can be pretty nasty. So it's better to try to avoid those, but of course you can't because you're in the middle of a fight. So things will happen. But yeah, there's different little effects that each of these cards have. So you're going to just choose one of these weapons right now. Since, like I said, I'm just going to use the katana because it's the most simple one. So I'm just going to play, and I'll basically just explain everything while I'm playing, because this is a really quick game to play, and it's really easy to learn. This game also can be lost in the first turn, because there is a card in here that is an instant beheading, and that could end the game like basically on the first turn. So yeah, we're going to read off this player aid card, and then I'll show you what we need to do. And I'll only do this for the first round. After that, if I make it to the second round, then I'll just play normally, and so on and so forth. So basically, for the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place the 3 markers at 0 on our gauge board, which we've already done. They're all here. And then we're going to draw 6 action cards. So we're going to draw from this deck. These are our action cards here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So we've got our 6 action cards. Okay, so now that we've got our 6 action cards, we're going to place 2 action cards in the attack zone and apply all of their effects on the gauge board. So what that means is that we're going to look at these cards, and we're going to decide what we're going to want to do. Now the enemy is going to draw a card after we play our first 2 cards, and that's going to tell us what their defense is. So we're going to want to try to break through that defense, but of course you don't know that right away. So this is kind of symbolizing like we're moving towards our enemy. We're kind of trying to study them and guess what they're going to do. So let's try to get our strength. Oh man, I kind of want to move up our technique as well, but it doesn't look like we have a card to do that. So you know what? Okay. We're going to play this card here, which is going to give us +2 attack or strength, and then -1 on our defense. Then it doesn't look like we can. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can power up our technique. So I'm going to use this card here, which is going to give us +3 defense, 1, 2, 3, and then -2 on our technique, which will move there. So okay, we played our 2 action cards and we moved our markers on the gauge. So now we're going to draw a card from the opponent's deck, and that is going to be their defense. So we're going to draw this card. Oh, darn it. So basically this is telling us that our strength and our technique has to be 3 or higher. If it is 3 or higher, then we can do either 2 damage to their health, or we can take away 2 of their key tokens. Now why that's important is if they run out of key tokens, at the end of the round they'll end up losing 2 health. But that also applies to us. If we end up losing all of our key, we'll be losing 2 health at the end of each round. For the opponent, the key isn't really, they don't use the key. It's just kind of there for you to chip away at. But for me, the key's a bit important because it can do a few things. So one thing that it can do, if I have the 6 cards in my hand and I feel like I'm not too happy with what they do, I can give up a key to draw another card from the deck here. Also, before I put any action cards down, I could give up a key to see the opponent's defense before I put down anything, so that way I can adjust accordingly. Or before my opponent does his counterattack, I can give up a key to raise my defense higher, depending on how much key I give up. So 1 key, I raise my defense 1 point higher. 2 key, I raise it 2 points higher, and so on and so forth. So now that we've drawn that card to see what the opponent's defense is, we're going to place a 3rd action card. Apply all effects on the gauge board. Resolve the opponent's defense, revealed in phase 3. Apply damage to the opponent, if any. So basically what we're going to do is that we're going to look at our hand, and now we're going to place a 3rd card. So do I want to raise my well, I mean, raising my attack won't really help because I need both strength and technique to be at 3 or higher. I can't raise my technique any higher, so I could raise my strength, or I could raise my defense. You know what? I'm going to go with strength, so that'll go up to 3. I think my defense should be good, but we'll see. So we placed our 3rd card. We applied all the effects to the gauge. Resolve the opponent's defense, revealed in phase 3. So basically you're just trying to see if you can get through their defense. And then apply damage to the opponent, if any. So if we would have had our strength and our technique 3 or higher, then we would be able to do the damage. But we can't, because even though our strength is at level 3, our technique isn't. So after you resolve their opponent's defense and you've applied to the damage, if you could, draw a 2nd opponent card and resolve its bottom effect. This is their counterattack. Alright, so now we're going to draw the next card, but we're going to flip it and look at this part here. So now this is telling us if our defense is lower than 3, we take 2 damage. So we really should have boosted up our defense there. So okay, so it seems he attacked us and we weren't defending well enough. So we're going to lose 2 health. So we lose our 2 health here and just put it off to the side. And yeah, that's it for now. So after you do that, then discard the action cards from the action zone. And then repeat phase 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to get rid of these cards now. But first, what we're going to want to do is also look at this top left corner here. Now, right now we have these 2 red blood symbols and this little symbol here. They don't match up, But if they did match up, we would get different bonuses. So if we had 3 cards that had the 3 bloodstains here, they would allow us to move our dice level up to the next level. So it'd be 2 instead of just 1. Why that's important is that right here at the bottom it tells you if your dice level is at 3, you can take away 1 life from the opponent. If you're at level 4, you can take 1 life or 1 key from the opponent. If it's at level 5, you can do a wound 1, and if it's at level 6, you can do a wound 2. The way you do this, after your opponent does their counterattack, you can choose to activate your dice here, and you can do one of the effects that applies to whatever number it's at, and then you would revert it back to level 1. Level 1 and 2 don't do anything. It's only from 3 or higher that you can apply effects. Ow, sorry, that was me hitting the table. Now, if we had 3 of a kind of this symbol, or pretty much any of the other symbols here, you can see there's different symbols on the corner. But as long as these symbols match, and this is like a wild card, it counts as any of these, so you can use it to match up with anything. But if you get 3 of these other symbols that are not the blood symbol, you have two choices. You can either get 1 key, but you can only have a maximum of 5, or you can get a card from this deck, which is cards that are a bit more powerful. They give you a bit more abilities. Like let's see. So this one will raise your technique up by 3, but it will take away 1 of your strength. So these cards are a little more powerful, but you can put them off to the side here. There's no limit to how many these cards you can have off to the side here, and also you can play these cards while you're trying to decide what action cards you want to play. So you have the cards in your hand that you can play, or you can use some of these cards off to the side here if you have them. So I guess we'll just put this one at the bottom of the deck here. Alright, so now that we're discarding these cards, you have to check to make sure if you have a combo or not, which we don't in this case. So we're going to just put it off to the side as our discard pile. Now, you're also going to discard the opponent's cards here and just kind of put them in their own little graveyard. After that, you don't reset anything yet, because as you can see here, it says repeat phase 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is basically placing our action cards, drawing the defense card for the opponent, playing our third action card, and then playing the second card for the opponent, which is their counterattack. Oh yeah, and you're supposed to check your key to make sure that you haven't lost all your key yet. But yeah. Okay, so we're going to be repeating steps 2, 3, 4, and 5. So step 2 is placing our 2 action cards. Well, wow, we've got a lot of strength, so I don't... I really don't want to... but I'm going to have to. Okay, so I guess I'm going to play this card, which will raise our strength up by 3, but we can only go up to 4. And it'll lower defense by 2. Then I'll play this to gain those 2 defense, and then lose 1 more technique, but we're already at -2, which is the lowest we can go. So now we're going to reveal the defense card. Oh, nice. So looks like if we have 3 or more strength, we can do damage, which we do have. So yeah, we're going to be doing 1 health damage to him. But first we're going to have to play our third card, which will be this card here, which basically does nothing because it raises our strength +1, but we're already at maximum. So now at this point, that's where we apply this. The character takes the 1 damage, and then now they're going to reveal their counterattack. So we flip it. So if our defense is lower than 1, we take a wound 2 card. Now luckily our defense is at 2, so we've blocked their counterattack, and they don't do any damage to us. So at this point we're going to discard our cards, but also check to make sure that if we have a combo. We don't have a combo here, so we're just going to take these cards and we're going to set them off to the side, and we're also going to discard the enemy cards here. And now we're going to start a new round, so that means that all of these trackers go back down to 0. We draw our 6 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we again start the whole process over and try to attack again. So yeah, now that I don't have to explain everything, we can move a little bit faster at this point. So let's see. Well, we're definitely going to get a combo here. Let me move this card off. But let's see what we want to do. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Before placing any of our cards, we're going to use our key token, and we're going to see what their defense is. So it looks like we're going to need strength and technique at 2 or higher to be able to do any damage to them. So let's see if we can boost those up. Oh man. Looks like we might not be able to. Alright, we'll put these two. So we'll put this to give us +1 technique, and then we'll put this wild card here. I guess let's put it for our strength. So at this point we would have revealed the defense of the enemy, but we've already done that, so we don't need to do that step. Now we're going to put our third card, which I'm going to boost up our defense. So now all of these are at level 1. And now we take their card, flip it over. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So it looks like if our defense is lower than 3, we take 1 damage. So, yep, our defense is 1, so we're going to take the 1 damage here. Alright, so now at this point, we check to see if we have a combo, which we do. So we get to choose to either get a key token or one of these cards. I'm going to go with one of these cards here. So this will give us a +2 attack. So we'll put that off to the side here, and we'll get rid of these and put them in the discard pile. We'll get rid of the opponent cards. Alright, so yeah, now we're going to start the second turn. We're going to repeat the second, third, fourth, and fifth steps. So let's see. Should we use another? Yeah, let's use one more key token to see what his defense is going to be. So if we get 4 strength, we can do 2 damage to him. You know what? I think we can do that. So we're going to play this action card here, which will give us 2 strength. None of these give us strength, so we're going to use the card that we got from the other deck here, and that's going to give us +2 strength, which will get us up to 4. So then we would have drawn a card for their defense, which we've already done. So now at this point we're going to play our third card, and I'm going to play this card here so we can move up our technique 1 space. And now we apply the damage, so we take away 2 health. We'll move that there. And now we do the counterattack. And so it looks like if my defense is lower than 2, we take a wound 1. And it is lower than 2, so we're going to take the top card from here. And you can see it says wound 1 is from the top half here, and wound 2 is the bottom half. So we're going to be looking at the top half. So it looks like we're going to lose 1 key, and we're going to lose 2 health. Now if that would have been a wound 2, it would have been 4 health right there. So we take away the 1 key, and 2 health. And we take this card, and we shuffle it back into this deck here. And let's hope we don't get any more of these, because these are pretty dangerous. Alright. Okay, so now that we've done all that, we're going to discard these cards, but we also see that there's no combo here, so we don't get any bonuses. Now, we do have an extra card at the end of the round in our hand, but even though we didn't use it, it will still be discarded as well. So all of these cards that are here are in our graveyard now. So let's also get rid of the enemy cards here and put them there. Okay, and so now we'll start a new round. So basically we're going to move these down again, and we're going to draw our 6 cards. So we have 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so let's see what we're going to want to do. I really don't want to give up any more key since we only have 2. And he automatically wins if he takes away those last 2. So we got to be a little more careful here. Doesn't seem like we can raise our strength too much. So let's try to get our technique a bit higher. We can get a combo here if we use these 3 cards, which is not bad. I mean, everything will go up to 1. Pretty sure we won't be able to do any damage though. If we want to do damage, I gotta use these cards. So okay, let's do these cards. So we're gonna use this, raise our technique up to 3, but lower our strength down 2. I guess we'll use this to put our technique all the way up to 4. Okay, so then at that point, we're gonna draw a card. And it looks like if our strength and technique would have been up to 3, we could have done some damage, but it looks like we can't. So now we're going to play our last card, which is this one here, which is going to raise our defense to 1. So now we would have applied damage if we could, but we can't. So now we're going to look at the counterattack. Oh man, so it looks like if we're lower than 3, we take 1 damage. So we'll take another damage. This is pretty close. So we have 2 health, they have 2 health, so oh man. Alright, so at this point we discard these cards. There's no combo here, so we put these away. We don't get any bonus. And yeah, I guess let's, oh right, I should probably discard these as well. Okay, so we look at our hand. We're definitely going to try to power up these. So our strength will go to -1. Technique's already full. So let's see what we got. Man. Oops, I didn't show you guys. Sorry about that. If our strength would have been 3 or higher, we could have done another damage to him, but we can't. So we're just going to play our last card, which will give us 1 more defense. At this point, I could use a key token to raise my defense a little higher if I wanted, but I'm going to risk it and just say nay. Alright, so we're going to... Oh, of course. So he does another damage to me. So there goes another health. So that means we're down to 1 health. But we did get a combo in these cards. So, do I want a more powerful card or do I want another key so I can reveal their defense? I'm going to go with the key. This is probably a bad idea, but you know what? It's fine. So, right here we can see that the enemy only has 1 card they'd be able to draw. So, since they're going to need 2 cards at this point, we'll just shuffle their graveyard. So, they can have a full deck next turn. So we'll do that, and we'll just put this card on top. So right here we'll only have 4 cards, so that means that we get to take our discard pile and shuffle that up as well, and we'll put the 4 cards on top here, and that'll be it. So let's start this new round. We'll move all of our markers down to 0. We'll draw our 6 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, let's decide what we want to do. So it looks like these three will create a combo. Oh, actually, this is a wild card, so these two could also make a combo. Anyway, yeah, you know what? Let's first use a key before I forget, and let's reveal what his defense is going to be. So strength and technique have to be at 2, so we can do some damage here. Is there a way we can... doesn't look like we can power both of them up. Oh wait, no, we can, yeah. Okay. This is a little risky. Oh no, I don't think I should do this. No, you know what? Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's... We gotta worry about our defense. We only have 1 health. So, okay, we'll at least power up our technique by 1. We'll use this card here to power up our defense by 2, and our strength goes down 1. So at this point we would have revealed their card for defense, but we already have, and we can't do any damage to them. So then we're going to play this wild card here, which lets us put +1 to any of these that we want, either strength, technique, or defense. Let's put it on. Let's put it on strength. We'll put it on strength there, so our strength is back to 0. All right. You know what? I'm going to use a key to raise our defense by 1. All right. So let's. Oh dang! I didn't even need it. But if our defense was less than 1, we would have gotten a wound 2. Oh, those are bad. That would have definitely killed us. So, all right. It's a good thing we didn't take that damage. So at this point, we're going to discard these cards, but we do have a combo. We have these two that are the same, and this wild card, which also works as one of these cards. So, you know what? We're going to go for the card. This is silly of me, but oh, wow. Oh, man. That's pretty good, but sucks for the defense. But who knows? This might be the card that helps us win. Alright, so, yeah, we discard these cards. And now we're going to try to attack. Oh, man. Okay. Let's, for sure, use this to power up our strength. I can't use that last key token, because then he'll win. So we're going to use this to power up our technique by 2 and lower our defense by 1. Okay. Now we reveal. Alright, so if our strength and our technique are 2 and higher, we get to do 1 damage or take away 1 key. Our strength isn't high enough. I thought it was at 2. Oh man. Alright, well, okay. I guess that doesn't work. So we can't do any damage to him. So let's just raise our defense again up to 3. Let's reveal his counterattack. Oh, wow, it's a good thing. Oh man, we would have lost if I didn't raise that defense. Okay, so that is good. Our defense is at 3, so we don't take the 2 damage. Now we discard these cards, and there's no combo, so we don't get any bonus effects. And we discard that. Discard the opponent cards here. Move the markers down to 0 again, and draw another 6 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's see what we want to play. So we don't have anything that can make a combo. So actually, yeah, we do. These cards can make a combo. Yeah. Let's see. They're more strength cards, but this one lowers our defense a lot, and I don't think we can risk that right now. Yeah, let's play the... You know what? Let's not go for these combos. Oh, man. This is tough. This is tough. I have two cards that can really boost up my strength and my technique, but they really lower down my defenses. Oh man. Okay, you know what? We're gonna try to go for the win here. This is totally reckless, and this is something I should not be doing, but we're gonna do it. So we're gonna raise our strength by 3 and lower our defense by 2. Then we're gonna play this card here, which is gonna raise our technique all the way to 4, but lower our defense by 3, but it's already at -2, which is the lowest it can go. So let us reveal their defense, and if we can't destroy them in this turn, that's it. Oh, nice! Oh no! Okay, so if our technique is all the way at 4, we can take away 2 of their key, which doesn't really help us. So I think I've just ended myself on this. Okay, so let's put our third card down. We'll do this, even though I know it's not going to help us. So we'll raise our defense 1, 2, 3, and we're going to lower our technique by 2. And let's see what their counterattack is. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Yay! Oh, if our defense was lower than 0, we would have lost 3 health. So we're still in this. Oh man, that was close. Okay, so we discard these. There's no combo, so they just go to the discard pile. Our opponent discards his cards as well. And now we'll look at the remaining cards and see what we can do. Man, this is going to be tough. Nothing can... Oh, yeah. All right, yeah. Okay. We might be able to do this. Okay, so we're going to play this first to move our technique up to 3. And then we're going to play this to move our strength up to 4. Now at this point, we reveal the opponent's defense. Nice. Okay, so if our strength and technique are 2 or higher, we can do damage, which they both are, so good. Now we have to reveal a third card. We can still use this, so we'll put this card, raise our defense by 2, lower our technique by 1, so we still can do the damage. So we'll do 1 to his health. Now let's see what the counterattack is. Ooh, good. We blocked it. All right. Oh man. Okay, good. So we're still here. We're still in the game. So we didn't get a combo, so we're just gonna discard these cards. We also have an extra card in our hand, but that gets discarded as well. The opponent is gonna discard his cards. And we're gonna put these down to 0 again, and let's draw another 6 cards. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and these are the cards we have. Looks like we can't do combos, so let's try to raise our technique and strength as high as we can. Don't really have a lot of good numbers on these cards though. Okay, so let's just do should we do 1 technique, 1 strength, or 2? Yeah, let's do 2 strength. So we'll raise our strength by 2, and let's reveal his defense. Technique has to be +3, but we weren't going to do that anyways. We only have 1 card that raises technique, so that wouldn't have helped. So let's raise our defense by 1. Man, I really wanted a little higher, but oh well. Can't do anything about it. Let's see what his counterattack is. No! So his counterattack is if if our defense is lower than 3, we take 2 damage. We only had 1 left, so we lost. Well, yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, that's how you play The Way of the Samurai. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. This game is supposed to be a lot quicker than what I made it seem like. But I just had to explain a few of the rules, and But yeah, this is a fun game for me at least. And yeah, I hope I can play this game again. I'll try to work on my techniques a little better and see if I can play a more difficult enemy and defeat him here. And once I learn the campaign, I'll try to put up that video as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for your time, and thanks for sticking around. Bye, guys.